morning, sweetie. How are you?
I'm good. You?
I'm doing good. Good morning, Brandy.
Morning, Brandy.
Good morning, David Johnson and WTHC Radio and the Perfect Positivity Show and Lori. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. How are you? DoktorHigh, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Cool.
Good. Been a busy morning, which is nice. Played around with...
Nothing like waiting to the last second to get here, huh, bucko?
Well, this is the thing, right? I wanted to get Kelly's kind of commercial done.
Oh, great job, by the way. Great job.
Oh, thank you.
Weedosaurus Rex, how are you, buddy?
What's up, Weedosaurus Rex? And
Weedosaurus Rex, are you prepared to come up today? Maybe we'll have you come up today and we'll talk with you for a while. Dustin, how are you, buddy? Good to see you.
Yeah, and then I wanted to get Loki out before the show, so he didn't disturb us during.
Yeah, he looks good. He looks calm and relaxed over there.
Yeah, he's in his favorite seat, sitting backwards on the couch.
Did he have good morning, Stoner Talk? How are you? Good morning. Good morning to see you. Everybody, make sure you go over and join Stoner Talk, everybody. It's on both iPhone and Samsung, so get on over there and start signing up now.
Michael Outdoors Podcast. How's it going?
Michael, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. How are you? Welcome in, everybody. Good morning and good afternoon if you're over here on the East Coast. Today's secret word, by the way, is sticky sweet buds. Sticky sweet buds. If you walk into Tailored Herbs and Concentrates and ask them for one of their pre-rolls filled with sticky sweet buds, you're going to get a free pre-roll. That's right, a free pre-roll at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates. That's up in Burt Church, New Brunswick, Canada.
Woo! There you go. What's up, Chris? How you doing this morning?
I'm very excited. Let's do this. What's going on? What do we want to do here? We got a lot of shit on the. I got a couple stories, and we got to stay regimented.
Well, we're gonna try and break up the show maybe into 20-minute chunks, right, on different kind of topics, and then
I
go
guess
from there. Just be kind of free flowing outside of that, but have an idea of what we're going to try and do.
Right. All right. So let's start with
back to Kelly's commercial for just a second.
Whoa! Okay. All right. You want to play it?
Did you not find the audio choppy?
I did not find the audio at all because I had the music playing in my head, so I just watched it.
Okay, you want to pop it on for a second just so we can see it? That's what I was talking about.
Kelly said, "Woo, woo." So,
yeah, let's.
I don't know if I can even throw it on. You're asking a lot from a fucking puppet, bro. I don't even know where the hell to look. Hold on.
In Messenger.
Yeah.
Or bring up the link like you did yesterday.
Open up 700 links.
Because the weird part about it was, and I think was it Vern you sent me all the pictures for?
Yeah.
I can't access any of them. I don't know how she sent them.
Oh, no, it's a video. Yeah. I don't know how to send it. I'll have my wife see if she can send it to you.
Okay, because I couldn't open it. No, all the pictures I couldn't open either. The photos, you sent me like 13 or 14 photos.
Oh, those were Colin's painting.
Oh, see, I couldn't open any of those.
There you go, Curly Kel. That's why he didn't use any of your paint pictures.
Yeah, I couldn't open them. And I thought they were maybe Vern's because the file that you sent me for Curly Kel was an MP4 file, which is a video file.
I don't know what I'm doing.
So that's why I think the sound is choppy, because in order to change the images, I would have had to go 37 seconds with the same images, right? So I had to split the video frame so I could insert new images. But everywhere there's a split, I think there's a split in the audio too. And that's what I don't like about it. That's why I'd like to get the MP3 track instead, so that
Miller, Middletown, New York area. Revamp your space with Collins Paints Ltd. Ugly walls? Like Collins Paints Ltd. Adds the color to your world. Collins Painting.
Yeah, I hear it.
You hear what I'm talking about?
Yeah, every time the photo changes, it
Yeah,
pauses.
there's a little-
Veteran-owned and operated, they can transform your space to whatever your heart desires. Bye to the boring beige and hello to possibilities of bright and vibrant colors. The Collins Paint team are a group of skilled painters who will turn your vision into reality. Call Collins Paint LT fast and easy quote. Available Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 845-869-8176.
They have a large and diverse group of employees at Collins Painting.
They do. Very nice group of fellas.
Company.
Very nice group of fellas. Yeah. Yeah. So maybe our friend Penis Envy, he might be able to help us with that because he's like a technical, musicianical person.
Well, it's just that when you run that commercial, you don't run it as a video, right? You run it as just an audio track, I think.
No, I don't have no damn videos.
Right. So that's why, for some reason,
that's our first video.
Yeah, when you sent me the audio track, it came as an MP4. So you have MP3 and MP4. MP3 is just an audio file. MP4 is video and audio file. That's why the MP4 got chopped up when I did the imagery. So if I could get that as just an audio file, then it'll run really smoothly.
Oh, he laughs. But little does he know.
We'll figure it out. I mean, it's not a problem.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. So let's go to our news story part of the segment. How about that? You ready? That was our good morning and welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We're trying to structure ourselves. We have to structure ourselves so we can go on to CBG TV. Yep. We don't have to behave ourselves. I didn't say anything about that. So well, I mean, did Al tell you that I have to behave? Did he say anything about the hippies' behavior?
No, I did bring up the language thing. You know what I mean? Because occasionally a little F-bomb slips out here or there. And he was like, happens.
All right, fuck him.
So he wasn't too stressed about that. And from the intro I did yesterday, we have to remove the Pace Radio Network section because that's got nothing to do with this for whatever reason. So I'm going to remove
Ganja lovers.
Yeah, Ganja lovers. I'm going to remove the Pace Radio thing. And that's where I'd like to insert Muck Sticky because he's been good enough to give us permission
to
use his piece of music in that intro.
Yeah.
And very kind of you. Thank you, Muck Sticky. If you're listening or if you catch us later, we really appreciate it. You represent a part of the culture that we like to be aligned with. And, and we're repping the same things. We're all about the advancement of cannabis. So we really appreciate that you're allowing us to do this.
Absolutely.
And what I'd like to do is pull up the Pace Radio, put in the Muck Sticky logo and a little credit to Muck Sticky for allowing us to use that piece of music in the intro. So I'm just going to swap those two out and we'll be good to go.
Ganja lovers, are you available to come up? I want to have you on the show. I need to talk to you. There's some fishy stuff going on over there at Ganja lovers lately.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I'm a little confused.
I had somebody hit me up with the Telegram link this morning in my messenger, and I told them, I said, listen, you obviously haven't looked at my profile yet, so why don't you have a look at my profile and see what we do? And if you'd like, you can send us some free product to the station, WTHC Radio. We'll be happy to consume it and review your product. Let me know. Let's see if I hear back from them.
I don't even go that far. Yeah, there was a weird guy that didn't look like you for a very long time, pretending to be you.
Oh.
He was like, hey, Ganja lovers, I'm here with his big beer belly hanging out.
Hey, nothing wrong with a big beer belly.
Oh, no, I loved it. I was turned on, actually.
Or a big potato chip belly or a big brownie belly.
Yeah. No, I liked it. I'm saying I liked it. But it was fishy. I didn't know where the hell the Ganja lovers went.
That's no bueno.
Yeah.
So Garrett did a great job. He recut that track for me. Thank you, Garrett. Really appreciate it.
Well, he did a great job. He caught my eye every time I went by. I was like, whoop, whoa,
Yeah.
that's not the Ganji lovers.
As a matter of fact, Garrett,
See
I'd like
myself sitting there for 20 minutes, a half hour.
Yeah, I want to give you a call, Garrett. I want to actually have a real conversation because there's a lot of things I want to discuss with you as you're going to, if you've consented to step into kind of our producer role, there's some conversation we need to have. It's too much for texting or messaging. So
the pay is you got to pay DoktorHigh and I both $10 an hour.
That's it. But we will give you a credit on each and every episode.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I got stories. We got to get to the news, man. You're not staying regimented if you keep jumping off topic.
Sorry.
Oh no, that was all my fault. Actually, I yelled to the Ganji lovers. My apologies. Ganji lovers, we love you. We're glad you're back. Thank goodness. Nothing wrong with Big Mike, but I missed you guys. Yeah, I missed you. I missed pulling over on the side of the road and getting high.
With Ganji lovers?
No, they would never do that. Shh. Don't shout them out when I say stuff like that. Oh, what am I going to do with you? You're Canadian. You think it's okay because you live in Canada. You can just talk about that stuff here.
We're desensitized to the criminality of Canada.
Park and Spark, right? But he does a Park and Spark all the time over there on Ganji Lovers.
Spark. That's a new one. I've not heard that before.
Yeah, no, we can't steal it. Stop, DoktorHigh. Nice try. That is Ganji Lover material right there.
Oh, I was seeing coffee mugs and T-shirts and all kinds of things floating through my mind there. Park and Spark.
Park and Spark. Yeah, no, that's stolen. That would be stolen property, I think.
Oh, could be.
So I have a couple stories that are a little older. Stoner Talk. Everybody make sure you go download Stoner Talk. It's up. It's available for all. Yeah, I want to make sure everybody knows.
Yeah, I'm curious. What are you talking about, Stoner Talk? You'll be in Canada most of March and April in 2025.
On tour, bro. Making people sign up for Stoner Talk.
Oh, okay.
He's on a Stoner Talk tour.
Okay.
You're going to be with him in Canada for that tour.
By 2025, we should have some influence.
We're going to be.
Yeah.
Oh,
2025, there's a potential that we may have some influence here. So,
yeah, 150 city promotion tour. See,
wow, nice.
In the bus. He's buying a bus this month.
Nice. Oh, that'll be fun.
On the road again. Can't wait to get on the road again. Anyway, I still got news up there.
Yeah, we'll get to that just in a second. I just want to say to Kelly, we're well aware of that. Hippie and I talked about that as soon as we kind of opened the show, and we actually played it. And we're going to adjust it. It's simply because the track came as a video track and not an audio track. And in order to insert imagery, I had to split pages. So proper audio track, it'll be seamless. There'll be no issues.
Yeah. And what I would love to do, DoktorHigh, and I don't know if we could do this, but if you could seamlessly play all three, like we'll do 3.
Yeah.
And then we'll do 3. You know what I mean? So that they all go right together so that it's just one time and it goes boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? That would be sweet.
Yep.
I have no ability to do that.
You want to do a promo for WTHC merch?
Oh, we got a lot of stuff to do. Yeah.
I probably do something for DoktorHigh Hayes also if we're going to be slipping some in.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. I didn't even think about all that shit.
You should.
Ganji Lovers. Yes. He says yes. Or she. Is it Mrs. Ganji Lover or is it Mr. Ganji? I think it's Mr. because he's parking in the sparking guy.
Okay. Park and Spark. Oh, Kelly and Lori are going to do our own podcast once a week.
Yes, on Saturdays, getting high with the girls.
Getting high with the girls.
I don't know what it's called. I just made that up.
The ganja girls.
The Ganji girls.
Yeah. Nice.
Every Saturday morning, every Saturday around noon, I think they're going to be on for an hour.
That'll be fun.
I think I'll be hanging with them, though. It'll be me and the girls.
Well, they may need a moderator. Those two are a little wild.
Well, yeah, I have to keep track of them. Somebody's got to watch
You
them.
have to moderate them.
And somebody's got to run the commercials. So
Yeah.
I guess they have to be here for crying out loud. Ganji lovers, when you going to put a podcast together and bring it over here to WTHC Radio?
You're just basically gonna get high and BS. Nice. That's all we do anyway.
Great.
Pretty much. We BS most of the time.
Yeah, but they gossip.
Provide accurate information, but
they gossip.
Oh well.
No, I'm just kidding.
They'll have to turn it into a salon.
Right. We could get your toes done every week.
Crazy Curly Tails Sativa Salon.
There you go. And you get your toes done every week.
A little bit of weed and plenty of gossip.
Yeah. Ganja gossip. There you go.
Gossip. There you go.
The ganja gossip.
You're not allowed to show your boobs. Hippie's always showing his junk.
Shh. This is Hippie's home. Look, what, throwing me under the bus today.
Oh.
Anyway, I talked to my friend Billy.
Showing her boobs, and they're gonna have 118 followers in a week, and it's taken us 2 months.
You're right. By the way, it's 122, bucko.
Oh, nice. That's perfect. How you doing, Fulton Blocks?
Fulton Blocks is in the house. Everybody go pick him up. He's on all your platforms. He's another up-and-coming star. Up-and-coming star right there. Fulton Blocks Most Wanted. Everybody pick him up. It's 123 Hippie. Oh shit!
Yeah. I just looked up.
Whoa!
That's good code, Garrett.
That's not a good code because I didn't know what the hell you were talking about.
I got it right away. I looked right at the time.
Hey, it's Bill Schmidt.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the Hippie and DoktorHigh on the Cannabis Chronicles.
Kid of the holistic cloud. R.I.P.
Happy 420.
I want to give a shout out to Calligraphy, my dude Means, little homie Manuel Noriega, Big Just, Rossi, Jack the Apostle.
Garrett wasn't sending the code. He says we got 122.
Feel like autumn leaves falling.
I can't hear you.
Who I'm calling for some trees to indulge in. Need to holler at Billy. He keep his head in the cloud. Bel Air Kush by the bush. Wow. Screaming loud. Still smoking. Having nice dreams. Floating through space. So when they ask me how high, my reply, I'm happy. First smoke a lot. Doctor said I need a bacchiotomy. Prescribe me huckleberry and lemon cherry gelato, G. I take it back to rolling in the Optimo. Blowing smoke out my nose, dropping ashes on my clothes till I doze off. I'm so fried, no lie. Got you afraid of heights, scared to look down, you so high. Cause when I spit that shit, it's like I lit that shit in the crowd, pass it around and let you hit that shit. We is all I need. We is all I crave. Talk down, leave. Products and nothing for my relief. I'm in love with this. Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. 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 Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it.
Roll 20, you might as well indulge.
Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it.
The sun shining in my pocket on a Sunday stroll. Homie got the rap, give me the sack.
let the good times roll. Therapy, earth, body, and soul. World, give me beat, Bel Air Kush, give me mental control. L lit back road, 5 past toll. The studio we roll, bring relief. We the news.
How many
to
hours
roll,
of programming
Mother, give me herbs to fill
a day?
spot. My medication
Like
can't
30?
kill shot. Many strings, lay hands in stressful situations. Out of all the girls in my life, maybe 10 are reservations.
30 hours a day you're trying to fill.
Deliberation, a celebration, history free from information. Stand up, provide the right education. Show love, holistic cloud politics throughout the nation. Making it stop debating Billy Blunt stash, make the taste of weed.
Weed is all I need. Smoke that weed. Smoke that weed. Weed is all I breathe. Broke down leaves. Broke down leaves. Growing up in the leaf for my relief. I believe I'm never tipsy. Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. 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 Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it.
Happy 420 to everybody out there celebrating, and thank you for giving me another opportunity. Hey, I'm trying to talk over here, huh? No. All right, buddy. I can't get over there quick enough to give you mouth to mouth.
Yeah, no shit, eh?
Loki! Save the master. Save him.
That's funny.
Oh, rude.
Woo! Oh,
That was our friend's calligraphy with THC. I fucking love it. It's still one of my favorites. They sent me a whole bunch of songs. I got a whole bunch of new songs from my friend Douglas. I got a whole bunch. Oh my goodness, the songs are.
I heard you play a new Southern Star production song this morning, I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you
that.
did. Yeah, you did it. It came on and said, "This is a
That's
Southern Star production."
it. Just a nice shade of pink, Lori. No
Yeah,
red. When I
was
so hard, I matched my shirt.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. But Lori does that. I'm okay because I know that purple is still safe because Lori usually turns purple and she always comes back from it. So if you're in the red zone, you're all right because red comes before purple.
That's right.
So you're all right. I'm not jumping over there. Violet, you're turning violet. That is my my email right there. You see it? WTA-Hippie, WTA. If you're interested, Ganji lovers, private message me, hit me up there, and we can talk. I don't know about Thursdays, but we can replay it on. You can do it on Thursdays, and then we'll replay it on another day because Thursdays, unless you're available around noon. I mean, around 2 to 4. I got a spot there somewhere. Anyway, you can message.
He's got an actual shot of the real office today. I don't have my back.
Gary,
had you been here earlier, you would have seen Loki was sitting there looking into the camera, eh, when we first come up.
Yeah, Loki was chilling with us.
Yeah,
he looked like he had a little too much CBD this morning. He was like,
he was tired out from his walk, and as we were coming back into the building, a lady comes around the corner inside with her dog off leash. Thank God there was a door between us. And when she saw Loki, she put her dog right on the leash. And I said, get into the elevator. I'll wait. And, I tell you what, man, Loki.
All right, go back to work later. Stay here now. Godzy Lover said, back to work later. Yeah, right. Stay here. No. He said he's going to go back to work later. He's going to stay and smoke with us.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's what I got out of that.
Does Ganji Lovers already have a podcast that he's got?
Ganji Lovers goes live every single day on Facebook, and they're amazing. They're a great husband and wife couple. They come on and they do great things for the community. They do giveaways. They're not one of them groups that just comes on and gets baked out of their minds. They're like a quality show.
So Ganji Lovers is a Facebook group?
Yeah. They're a whole community. They have their own licenses and everything, man.
Why am I not a member of their group?
Because you don't listen to me when I tell you stuff.
Well, I
It
see
just,
them coming
it
into the
just
chat
goes,
every now and again, but I had
just
no
goes over your head.
idea. Well, that's unusual. I'm going to look at this right now. Ganji lover.
Ganji lovers. I don't know what the hell that means, but thank you. Is that not? That's all the members of the group. There they are. Welcome in, or are you calling out everybody? Are you sending invites?
No, I don't like to join groups that won't accept me. Am I good to go?
No. Check his credentials. He's not allowed in America.
Oh, here we go. Why do you support marijuana? Garrett, can you give me up a quick answer on ChatGPT for this question, please?
Please. Are you going to type it word for word? Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I still got some news. We're really regimented in here.
Right.
I don't know what Al thinks he's coming into over here, but we're a mess.
We are doing all right. I'm surprised, considering the hours that we've already put up as far as video is concerned. It's pretty incredible in my mind that we're able to continue to talk all the time and keep on new things. And I find it pretty amazing, actually.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've only known each other a few months, but I agree. We do about JP Van Patten. How are you? It's so good to see you. Long time.
Samantha's just joined us. How are you, Samantha? JP.
Welcome, everybody. Please like, subscribe. If you have a one of them other things, where is it? YouTube. YouTube.
Good.
Please go over there. Samantha, everybody, if you're in that Tennessee, Prince, right? Paris, Tennessee area, pick up Samantha. She's a photographer extraordinaire. Absolutely. SW Photography. Look her up on Facebook.
Nice.
She's the bomb. Jamie, how are you? Good to see you. Long time no see. We missed you. Welcome. Anyway, DoktorHigh, I have news.
Okay.
Not real news. Like, I have the news stuff up here that I keep.
Oh, well, that's real. That's real news.
Oh, we're right.
We don't care too much about all this geopolitical stuff and all that kind of crap. To us, real news is cannabis news. What's happening in the
right? No, I didn't mean. I meant like I don't have news like we have a new person joining us today or something like that. You know, like I meant like the news up there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you ready? I'll do a story here. Let's do one. This one's a couple days. This one's a couple days old, so you may have already heard about it. It's 4 days old. I feel like I read about it already. More than 300 plants were estimated with street value of over 40,000 or 40,000 pounds or whatever, with that little E looking like thing in front of it.
With 300 plants?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just
somebody's math is off.
Well, it says that little E thing in front of it.
Euros.
Yeah, euros. So 40,000 euros. Officers found them at a property on Avenue Street in Potwood, Stockport. I guess that's in the UK. On Friday after concerns were reported by locals. Stupid Karens. We would like to thank the community for voicing their concerns. Shut up, jerks.
Yeah.
All right, so that story sucked. That was a very short story. That was all.
Well, let's see. 300 plants, 40,000 euros.
Yeah.
So let's say that they're thinking that, I mean, I don't know what cannabis is worth in euros, but considering it's not legal, it could be anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 euros a pound, I would guess. So let's go on the high end, 2,000 euros a pound. They said 40,000 euros total. So that's 20 pounds of cannabis from 300 plants. Entirely possible. For a change, their numbers aren't stupid. You know what I mean? Like,
so now we're changing. You're changing your attitude towards those numbers now.
Well, I'm just doing the math, right? And it seems like a fair number. Because 300 plants could generate that kind of weight,
All right. This next news story is actually some concerning news.
Oh.
Company develops marijuana breathalyzer for use in the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
A new marijuana breathalyzer is now on the market. Biotech company Hound Labs has developed a product that can detect cannabis use. What we found in an extensive human testing for smokers that 100% of people are positive about an hour after smoking. And then after that, it starts to decline. So maybe 85 will be positive at 2 hours, said Mike Lynn, the chairman of the board at Hound Labs. Keep that name. Remember that name. Talk to that buddy. We'll bring him on here. Got a piece of my mind. This is how it works. A breath sample is taken to and preserved. And then it is sent to take my breath and preserve this. And then they sent it to a lab. Hound Labs is currently working on a second model that can show results on scene. The Hound Cannabis Breathalyzer is the first and only breath test that is now commercial that can help an employer have a deterrent for cannabis use, that dude says.
Yeah, that's like where they put the odd sign on the highway that says speed cameras in use. You know, you never see the camera, but the sign is there. That's what they're talking about. Let's make something that sounds like it'll work. So,
but at the same time,
they're their employees.
But at the same time, it will allow employees to use legally off hours, just like we do with alcohol. All right. Continuing. Uh-oh.
Huh. Well, I don't know how that'll work. And, you know, there's products.
Well, right here. Oh, I just read that part.
I was going to say there's products. We used to sell something that was quite popular up in the oil fields, right? In the oil patch, because they get tested quite a bit up there for cannabis. And they were using oral swab. So they'd swab the inside of your mouth and test like this. We sold a gum that would defeat the test. Right. So these guys usually have a short window of notice because they're in the field and then they'll get called to go down to the medical department and they have a pretty good idea of what's going on. Right. Because it's a pretty common pattern. And they would have that gum, pop that gum in, go do their thing. And I heard from quite a few people that they were able to beat it with the gum. So we knew that worked. That's why I continued to offer it to individuals.
Shout out to all our gum manufacturers. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't remember the name of the company that made it. I want to say that the company was called Strip, but I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Strip.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Ganji lovers. It would be an honor, and I would love to have you and your Ganji family come a part of WTHC Radio. I don't know if you've heard, but 420. Well, the Two Fat Buds are coming on board as well. Their podcast. So I'm very excited.
They'll be Fridays, right? Like Kelly hashtagging boobs. And
no, they're gonna be they do it on Thursday nights. They're gonna upload it Fridays, and then I'm gonna play it on Saturdays. So that's the goal on that, and that'll be Saturday mornings.
So Garrett, our producer, has thrown into the chat, prices could range from €4 to €15 per gram.
Wait, read what JP just wrote, because that seems kind of weird.
I'd love to stay and listen, but I have to go your analysis because I'm on federal probation and it's not legal federally, even though. Oh, yeah, that's a problem, JP. Absolutely. Yep. If you're on federal probation or federal parole, you're going to be subject to federal law, not state law. And yeah, that's a shitty thing. Sorry to hear that, JP. I myself was a guest of the federal system in the United States for 8.5 years. I'm quite sympathetic to all who come into contact with it, you know, in any way, shape, or form. I was lucky I got to avoid supervised release because I didn't live in the U.S. So it was not an issue for me.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what Garrett was saying was that $4 to $15 a gram for street bought cannabis. Doing the math, that would mean a pound, 454 grams, could range from 1814 to 6804. Yeah, I doubt very much that it's going as high as that full extension, right? Because if you're selling out by gram, yeah, you could realize that kind of
The
number.
sad part about that story, and you know why I pulled it up, is because I got a really good friend that lives over in the UK
Yep.
who has a very hard time finding good quality cannabis. And
yep.
now another, how many pounds did you say is out of his hands? He's
Well,
not gonna be able to
based,
find
based
them.
on their math, like if I was looking at that crop at an ounce per plant, which is on the low end, depending on how you grow them, but Health Canada, when they assign you a cultivation permit for a medical cannabis user in this country, has estimated that one plant yields between 30 and 45 grams. So an ounce to an ounce and a half. So based upon the low end of that, an ounce, we're talking about 300 ounces. 160 ounces is 10 pounds. So we're looking at like 18 pounds to, if you extend it to an ounce and a half per plant, up to maybe 30 pounds for that estimate of 40,000 euro.
All right. Speaking of this, I just came to my memory is that I was talking to our friend Darren. Remember the plants that I sent you with a little bit of damage on the top?
Yes.
He's got them all down. He's trimmed them all down. They're starting to dry out.
Good.
He's thinking he probably ended up with about 2 ounces of flour when it was
Right.
all said and done. He said
Right.
a lot smaller buds than he thought they were going to be. But 2 ounces is 2 ounces. It's 2 more ounces you don't got to buy.
And it's produced by you, by yourself.
And it's yours,
So
right?
there's added gratification in it, right? When you can smoke your own weed. And it's
Right.
even better when your weed turns out to be good and you can share it with others. You know what I mean? Like it's a pride thing too, right? In producing your own plants and seeing it through. It kind of, we've lost track of what it's like to be self-sufficient in this world, right? Like you go back 150 years and everybody was self-sufficient. They had their own gardens. They did their own foraging. They raised their own animals for slaughter. They, produced their own milk and cheese and butter. And, like we've lost track of all that. So at least when you cultivate a couple of cannabis plants and are able to reap a harvest from that and enjoy the fruit of your labor, it's, kind of takes us back to what we're really supposed to be all about. Yeah.
Speaking of labor, has nothing to do with it. JP Van Patten says he's been on supervised release for over a year and a half and
failed 4 times.
And failed 4 times for THC. But what I wanted to say is, would he benefit from maybe smoking your weed from the dispensary of yours?
The problem is that it
would
does
still turn to.
Yeah, the thing is although when it's packaged and the COAs are completed, it's a high percentage of THCA and a legal percentage of THC. But as soon as you smoke it, THCA converts to THC. So
Right.
you're still getting it. I mean, there's just no way.
Sorry, JP, I can't help. I was trying. I'm looking. I'm thinking. I'm like, how can we get this guy high without failing tests?
Yeah, I don't think he could even get away with D8 or D10, right?
No.
I don't think.
Except for the fact that when you walk in there, you can say, this is sold legally in the United States in every state.
And bring a sample with you.
I mean, that's the only thing. I mean, but I wouldn't recommend. I mean, well, we'll keep that.
Yeah, but the courts, I mean, the courts can sentence you not to use a computer. The courts can sentence you to, different kinds of things. And like a computer is legal for everybody, right? Like, so the courts can do they can do whatever they want.
Delta-9 always fails you on the test, Lori. Come on, Lori. Delta-9 is THC, you dork.
Yeah, D9. D9. And then
I can talk to her like that. I can talk. She's my lover.
Travis says that
we've done things.
The numbers, the numbers we talked about like you mentioned on YouTube, 1,200, 2,500 a pound, except in Oklahoma and Oregon where it's 800 or less. I mean, I can tell you back in 2017, I guess, is when the bottom fell out of our market here. Cannabis was on the street because it wasn't legal yet for recreational purposes. It was legal for medical, but not recreational. Was anywhere from 1,200 to 2,000 a pound. And when the numbers were like that, I had guys lined up to give me product to extract for them, right? Because there was real value in it. If I took a pound of cannabis, I could extract from it if it was a decent harvest, anywhere from 80 to 120, 130, 140 grams of shatter or butane hash oil, BHO, which could then be, distilled or could be converted from there. And the street rate was about $20 a gram for shatter. So for those guys back then, if they got 100 grams back, then their weed was hitting 2,000 a pound and up from there. When the street value of their cannabis might have been, 1,200 a pound if they were selling it out in bulk or whatever. So there was a realization of additional profit through the extraction process. Of course, they had to pay me. Each tank of butane I used was $500, and that would do about 10 extractions. So I could do for $500, I could do anywhere from 30 to 45 pounds extracted, right? So depending on what a guy brought for the contract, he might have to pay that 500 plus there was my time, which I would be compensated for. Each run of extraction was $100. So if the guy brought me 10 pounds, my charge was $350 plus the butane, another $250. So once you added those things in, there was still a profit for them. But in around 2017, I don't know what happened. Really, I don't. To this day, I don't know. The market dropped and street level cannabis dropped down to 600 a pound, 700 a pound, 800 a pound. And once that happened, there was no money in the extraction anymore. Guys weren't lining up at my door to have me work their product because it was a loss, right? It was a loss for them. There was no way of coming out ahead unless they went to a third step, which was to manufacture product, right? To make vape pens or to make gummies or something of that nature. Then you could kind of realize your money back. But it was kind of new. It's kind of hard if you're used to moving 30 pounds of weed, it's kind of hard to turn around and move, 10,000 vape pens because it's not the same customer base all the time, right? So yeah, I get that the prices are dropping, and you're going to see once legalization hits, or it comes right at the edge, and they know it's coming, you're going to see that drop. Could see that drop. You know what I mean? All over the country. When I was ready to leave the States back in 2012, when I was being released, I had plenty of guys from Philadelphia, New York City, that wanted to maintain contact with me so that I could help them get stuff from Canada to the US. Because in New York City, 4A quads, they were $6,000 a pound. You know what I mean? $5,000 a pound in New York and places like that. And that was street level. And these guys were paying that. Of course, I wanted nothing to do with it, right? I had been bitten once. That was enough for me. I learned my lesson. I don't got a thick head.
You better have your
I don't got a thick head. So yeah, so I didn't get involved in any of their ideas or plans or even
shenanigans, we'll call it shenanigans.
Yeah, I had no interest in that. I didn't keep any of their contact information or anything. But
got rid of that little black book.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I mean, no wonder the guys that I was with were involved in moving across the border product, right? Because it was so lucrative. Even when the bottom fell out over here, if you could get it across that line, there was a great deal of value there. So you know.
I
So
was just a young pup then, just smoking whatever I could find. There was no strain. It was green.
Hey,
or
Vern, how are
brown.
you? Did
Good
you say
morning,
you sent
everybody.
me Veronica's a video for her?
Yeah, yes,
commercial?
she made a video and sent it to me, and I just forwarded it over to you,
Hey, Vern,
and you just had to add the music to it.
I'm going to
But
put my email. I'm going to put my email in the chat right now. If you could send it to me directly, perhaps I can access it because I wasn't able to access it third hand through Hippie. So I'm just going to throw my email in here.
And while you do that, we're going to run a bunch of commercials. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Hippie and Dr.High on the Cannabis Chronicles.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you looking to have some crocheted made by hand stuff like your Grammy used to do for you? Then you need to check out You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok. Vern can do what you need. She crochets hats, she crochets animals, everything, anything you may need. She also makes vinyl stickers, banners for your business. Anything that you might want that she can do, she can definitely do it for you. Want an sticker? She's got you covered. Anything. And I mean anything that you may need. She has cheap and reasonable prices. Check her out. You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok.
Say bye-bye to bottled water. Holistic Health Water has certified medical-grade water ionizers that make 7 types of water, including healthy alkaline. There's a 5-micron filter that lasts up to a year, and each machine lasts 25 to 30 years. Simply attach to your faucet or install
everybody.
under
Thank
your
you
sink.
so much for stopping
Even get a
in.
mineral spa unit
If
for
you
your
have
shower.
a YouTube, please
Go
go
to
over and
yourwater.org
subscribe. We would
to get a
love to
free
have you as a
ebook.
part of our
Plus,
family.
Pay for any machine
Hey,
in full,
sir, how are you?
filter free.
What's
Change your
Vern
water.
talking about? No more forest.
Morning, Sarah.
Yourwater.org.
Badger Heart
Lori,
Puppetry.
what's this forest?
Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. If you need some kick-ass puppets, contact Sorge at 1-636-234-1535.
I'm doing well.
He
Thank
has
you.
all
Thank
your
you.
puppet needs. He can fix puppets, build puppets, custom-made puppets. He has puppets off the rack for cheap prices. Contact
Love you,
Sorge
Jerry.
today at
So happy you're here. Thank you.
1-636-234-1535.
Hey, Sean. How's
Or
everything going
Facebook
today?
Badger Heart Puppetry. You also
Will, how are you? Welcome in.
Badger Heart Puppetry commercial?
Hey, Mississippi, why don't we take a ride to Da.Hippie, PA today?
Oh, the forest want to go.
No, let's
Okay.
go.
I was
Crystal.
wondering what you were getting about no more forest. I wasn't sure it was forest or bush.
Oh,
That's
no
only on
more
Mondays,
forest commercial. Yes,
Tuesdays,
I can play it. I
Saturdays,
still have it over
Sundays.
here, Lori,
Today
if
I
you'd
wanna
like.
go there and
Well,
pick up all my
We're having a
grandpa.
great day. Hope you're having a great day too.
That's Bella's badass crystal.
Thank you, everybody, for stopping in and hanging out. If you have any questions,
Dolphin PA.
please feel free to put them in the chat.
Are you in the Owensville or Middletown, New York area? Revamp your space with Collins Paints
great.
LTD.
Hell
Ugly
no.
walls? Like Collins Paints LTD add a splash of color.
Well, hold on. I asked 2 questions there, Lori.
Stay lifted, buddy. Stay lifted, JP.
Space to whatever your heart
Well, you can't.
Say goodbye.
Behave yourself, JP. Behave yourself. Cocaine's out of you. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, Sarah, we'd love to hear your great news.
Call Collins Paint
Really?
Hi, Robert. How are you? Stay away from that powdered stuff, JP. That's bad for you.
How you doing, Robert?
9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 845-869-8166.
Unless it's CBD or THCA crystalline.
Herbs and
Right.
concentrates.
Herbs.
That
With
would
a
be
passion for holistic health, we are your trusted source for premium herbs
Welcome,
and
welcome, welcome,
concentrates.
everybody. Please like, subscribe, share, follow, whatever you got to do.
Open 7 days a week, 10 to 10.
Oh,
ensuring you have
congratulations,
access to
Sarah.
what you
That's
need.
fantastic
Most-
news.
Most tailored herbs and concentrates.
Yeah, it's hard enough to find a job and you'll find a good paying one, so that's great.
11, Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada. If you need assistance,
Excellent,
anytime,
excellent.
I need assistance. I need
Weed
weed.
every
just
day,
call
all
506-871-4299.
day.
Every day.
Tailored herbs and concentrates.
Where all the potheads go.
Are you tired of having a dirty brown booty hole? Do you wish your booty hole was pure white? Then you need to call us at 1-800-BLEACH-MY-BOOTY-HOLE, and we will show you how to do this all naturally. For just $19.95 plus $3.95 shipping and handling, we will send you an instructional manual complete with illustrations on how to put your legs behind your head while on a lawn chair and point your booty hole towards the sun properly.
Oh,
Teach you how
I
to
forgot
spread
I
your
had
feet
those.
So that the sun can naturally bleach all those
I used to
cracks
put
and
my legs back
crevices
all the
that you can't
time.
reach otherwise. Act now, and we will throw in a pair of sunglasses.
Have you
to
figured out
protect your
whether you
eyes,
can bend
but
over
not
far enough
your
to
booty
get
hole.
it in your own mouth?
Call 1-800-BLEACH
Don't
my booty
talk
hole
about
naturally.
that here. WTHC. Good afternoon, everybody. If you need a booty hole bleaching, just hit us up. Hit us up over here at WTHC Radio. Curly, Kel, and Lori are standing by. They're standing by. Ha!
Maybe that's what their Saturday show should be about. They should be
booty hole bleaching. Booty hole bleaching with Curly, Cal, and Lori.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, if you are up in New Brunswick, Canada, up in that burnt church area up there, go on over to Tailored Herbs. Standing by, she said. Go on over to Tailored Herbs and Concentrates and get yourself a free pre-roll. All you have to do is walk in the front door and say, are your free pre-rolls filled with sticky sweet sticky sweet spuds? Sticky sweet buds? Are your pre-rolls filled with sticky sweet buds? Then you're going to get a free pre-roll. That's all you have to do. No purchase necessary. Go on over to Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
I think tomorrow's word of the day when people go into Tailored Herbs and Concentrates should be, I need my booty bleached.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, that's not a bad one. I like that one.
My booty bleached.
Maybe all four of those. I have four of them cool commercials like that. So maybe all four of them the next 4 days will be going in and saying, I'm here for some shaft glam.
There we go.
I would like my booty bleached, please. Go on in tomorrow and tell in terms and Concentrates that you're here for a booty bleaching.
That's right.
I'm sure Pothead will love that.
She's gonna pop in tomorrow and say, "What is going on? We had
even better.
7 people standing outside the door this morning when
before we even opened, waiting for JJ juice,
and they all wanted their booties bleached."
No, the better one, the JJ juice spray. Yes, that one too. Fellas, are you tired of doing the Texas tornado or whatever it is? All right. Anyway, what else, bro?
I don't know. You got more stories, right?
I guess. I hate reading. You know that, right? I don't know if you know. Stories could be a part of your segment.
I like doing a commentary.
You're such a better reader than I am.
Well.
All right, here we go. This is a big one. Abortion rights and marijuana questions expected to drive Ohioans to polls as early voting begins. Okay, that was it. That's all it said.
You know, like one of those, I mean, they're both super important topics, but one of them shouldn't even be a topic for discussion. Well, neither one should be really, but.
Shh, Dustin, don't tell everybody. Sticky sweet buds. You got to go in and get a sticky sweet bud, right? That's my buddy Sticky Sweet Buds right there. That's his name in Discord.
What am I looking for? I'm looking for my Google alerts.
I have one more story about Canada.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Sure.
This is a big one.
Yep. This is about the new report they released about the impact of the first 5 years of legal cannabis. Is that the story?
Yes, I'm done now. I don't have to go on.
I haven't heard the story though, so you can continue if you'd like.
Oh, I thought you had it in front of you. This is a long reading one. That's why I was like, oh, yes, you can read it. Yes.
Hold on. Let's see if I got the story too.
All right, I'll start. On October 17th, it will be 5 years since Canada legalized recreational marijuana. The creation of legal pot industry was supposed to provide cannabis companies with the attractive growth opportunities, but it hasn't worked out that way.
Nope.
Marijuana producers in Canada have struggled since the legalization, and that's putting it lightly. In fact, Canadians' pot Canadian pot stocks have been some of the worst investments you could have owned over the past 5 years. During that time frame, shares of Tilray brands, Canopy Growth, Aurora Cannabis, which were once seen as the industry's leading companies, have lost 99% of their value.
Yeah.
I was one of them. To tell you the truth. I've had their stock, and I watched it continuously keep taking my money away, and I finally gave it away and said, "Get it."
And see that
Know it.
happened to a lot of people. The only people I knew that made money on those stocks made it before legalization actually happened. On the ramp up to legalization, everybody was
You got to be like paying attention to that shit when you're doing it. You know, like you got to.
Yeah, I know one guy lost 60 grand by going in at the wrong time, and I knew other people who made lots of money because they were able to get in and out 5 or 6 times on that lead into legalization, right? And then people started putting their money in right at the very last minute, thinking, okay, legalization's coming on, October 5th or whatever day it was. Let me buy some stock. It's really going to go up then. And they came in when the stock was at its peak, and then legalization hit, and it's just been tumbling ever since. There's so much surplus product in the marketplace. There's only so much cannabis that is required, right? This is the part about it that's going to be true anywhere. There is a percentage of the population that uses cannabis and uses it on a regular basis, and that's what supports the industry. But it's a pretty small percentage. It's somewhere like 13%, 15% of the population. I think about 6 or 7 or 8% are daily consumers. And then the other half of that, maybe 13 to 15%, are what you might call regular users who may smoke on the weekends or whatever, but enough to be buyers, right? But that's that percentage of the population. You still have 85% of the population that don't consume cannabis. So you need to be able to determine how much cannabis can be used by this segment of the population. And then once you produce more than that, it's at a loss. Right. So it's very, very difficult for companies, and especially under regulation. You'll find if you continue to read that story, they'll discuss at some point about the edible regulations.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
So it says, why is the industry in such bad shape, and should investors expect things to get better? Then it goes on to say the industry has gotten crowded. Today, there are close to 1,000 licensed cultivators, processors, and sellers in the Canadian pot market. As the end of 2018, there were about 134 companies that were licensed under the Cannabis Act.
Yeah.
The sheer growth during those years highlighted just how many businesses have been rushing in to try to capitalize on the industry's growth prospects. That has made it incredibly difficult for large companies to gain a stable footing in the industry. Tilray Chief Executive Officer Irwin Simons once referred to the businesses as an ankle biter as they chipped away at its market share. Back in 2021, when Simon was more optimistic about the company's growth prospects, he was hoping his company could attain at least 30% of the market share in Canada. At that time, Tilray had about 16%, which was part of his vision to get the business to $4 billion in annual revenue by 2024, a forecast that management has since withdrawn.
I bet.
Today, Tilray boasts a leading market share in Canada of just 13.4%, with plenty of producers vying for market share. It looks doubtful the company will get anywhere near 30%.
Yeah, they never will.
Many Canadian marijuana companies have similar patterns in that they started out fast out the gate and were optimistic about the future and only see things slow down considerably.
Yep.
Investors may be encouraged to seek an uptick in revenue growth for Aurora and Tilray in recent periods, but it's important to note that the acquisitions have helped booster some of the numbers, especially for Tilray, and that it's going up against weak comparable numbers from the previous year can make an increase in revenue appear misleading.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what's worse is that, and they're not talking about it necessarily in this article that I'm seeing, but these.
Are you reading the fucking article and I'm sitting here fucking struggling?
No, I'm just looking
You
at
reading
that,
along?
and well, kinda.
You son of a bitch.
But this is another thing that's perhaps going to save them in the short run, but probably not in the long run. Is that some of these companies, Aurora,
Kobe Davis, how are you? Welcome in.
Canopy Growth, how you doing, Kobe? Have export licenses, so they can export cannabis to Europe and to Australia and to other countries that have medical cannabis programs, but haven't necessarily gotten the infrastructure set up yet for medical cannabis production. And when that cannabis leaves the country, it goes out at a really inflated rate. You know what I mean? Like when they're selling domestically at maybe, $4 a gram for good quality stuff, and a lot more likely to be in the $2 a gram range for things that are hitting only, 20% or less. That's what they're getting. But when they export that to Europe, then they're able to get about $15 a gram, as it leaves the country. So there's a lot of money to be made, but who knows? Like the excise taxes on cannabis are like 25%. And, so the government's getting their piece. That's who the real winner is in this whole thing, is the government. They've generated tons of money from the cannabis industry, and they've choked all these companies with regulation. Right?
Yeah. Thank you for joining us, Kobe. Kobe's our friend from over on the Discord. He just found us over here today. That's awesome.
Kobe.
Thank you for joining us, Kobe.
It says, according to data from Canada's Department of Public Safety, the black market still accounts for 1/3 of the entire marijuana market. Well, that has been declining over the years. It presents a problem as black market sellers often price products much lower than legal pot shops, with the discount being about 55%. I'm not sure that that's completely accurate, because you can go into legal pot shops.
No, I just read it. That's what it says. You did a great job.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that the reading's not accurate. I'm saying that the argument may be not accurate, because if you're buying your cannabis on the street now, you'll still expect to pay, $140 an ounce, $160 an ounce, right in that neighborhood. You can buy it from the legal distribution for as low as $85, $80 an ounce. And by the time you hit 140, you've probably got 90% of all products would fall into that category at ounce level, right? There'll only be a few of them that'll exceed that $140 per ounce price point if they're packaging as ounces. Now, if you're buying eighths and quarters to make up that ounce, then you can pay substantially more than 140. But the weed that's packaged as ounces runs right in that range. So there's not a huge disparity in black market and legal cannabis as far as price points are concerned. There is a major difference in quality, though, a lot of times, right? A lot of black market stuff is of higher quality than you're finding in the legal distribution.
I was just going to say, my son came home with some fire the other night, man. I was like, damn.
Yep. And the edibles play a big part in that too, because with the government restriction at 10 milligrams per dose on an edible, which is really ineffective for most people, there are people that can benefit from a 2.5 milligram or a 5 milligram dose, or a 10 milligram dose. But a lot of people need to exceed that amount to enjoy an edible. So when the legal market can't provide that product, then customers are kind of forced to look outside that distribution chain to access product that does work for them. And that's where you have dispensaries on the First Nations territories that come into play because they're not regulated the same way. Their edibles do.
But I have some friends who say that they've gone to some of the dispensaries in that upstate New York area
Yep.
where they have reservations, and they said the weed is swag. It's not that great.
Well, like I was talking about one of the places I visited the other day and saying they had about 150 strains, I would guess. And out of those, there was maybe, 8 or 10 that would have piqued my interest. And, some of it wasn't very good at all. So, and they have all varying price points. So if you want to get a $40 or $60 ounce, you can. But you're going to get a $40 or $60 ounce. That's what you're going to get that swag, But it's the edibles.
Now, let me ask you a question, sir. And this is probably I don't. Here's the question. You ready? So I can go into New York now, and I can pick up at the reservation. And I'm not recommending anybody do this, of course, but I'm saying but as a black market person,
yeah,
I could go into the reservation and pick up an ounce or 5 ounces of swag at $20 an ounce. And then I can go out onto the street to the neighborhood elementary schools and sell it to them at $20 a gram or $10 a gram and make a killing, right? Is that not a potential bad thing by allowing people to buy ounces of weed at such a cheap price?
Well, for individuals with low morals and no ethics.
I don't know if you know, but half of this country's individuals with low morals, at least.
Right. Yeah. Sure, there's always the potential for that. Absolutely. Not a good thing, especially if you're going to elementary schools.
And nobody out here in my crowd now, no, take that as advice. That's not advice.
No,
that's a bad thing.
Yeah. Kids shouldn't be exposed to cannabis ever unless it's for medicinal purposes.
But you see what I'm saying, though, right? That is a possibility. That could be a very bad thing. That could be happening right now in states all over where they're selling $20 ounces of flower, and people are taking advantage of that situation and making tons of money off of it. Should I stop talking? The looks you're giving me, am I getting myself in trouble?
No, there's always predators in society, right?
Jeebus, I'm sorry.
There's always predators in society, and you can't do much about it, right? All you got to hope is that they are not able to continue their predatory ways for very long before there's some sort of intervention, whether it be legal or some father who found out that their kid's buying this swag from this guy and goes and takes care of it himself, right? So that's all you can hope for.
All right. On brighter news, I have the news article pulled up over here that we can actually.
Yeah, I was going to say let's scroll down a little further and see what they have to say. They're saying that the black market doesn't pay taxes, so it makes it easier to undercut. But yes, but the production costs on a black market grow are probably exceed the production costs in a commercial grow because of the number of plants you can use and things like that, and your electricity. And so I'm not sure.
All right. It says, should you take a chance on Canadian pot stocks?
Well, there isn't a reason to expect that things are going to get better for Canadian marijuana companies.
Right. So I'm not even going to read that shit.
Competition remains. So that's the end of the story.
Yeah, no, but I got this news story about the Ohioans on November. Employees question impact of legalization recreational marijuana as of November elections near.
The CEO of Phillips Tube Group here in Middletown will be voting no on issue 2, the initiative to legalize recreational marijuana in Ohio. And she's one of a growing number of manufacturers doing the same as advocates launch a new salvo in their campaign.
The only medicine that provides relief.
Pro-pot groups are beginning an ad blitz in the waning days of the November election to get issue 2, legal marijuana for those over 21, passed. At the same time,
it's a huge risk for us.
Manufacturers like Angela Phillips, CEO of Phillips Tube Group in Middletown, fear legal weed could lead to high workers and unsafe work floors.
My employees are moving around in some cases 40,000 pounds of steel at a single time.
Advocates for issue 2, however, say that's not really a problem.
They're not legitimate concerns. And regrettably, you know, we're in the silly season of politics here.
Tom Herron with the Coalition to Regulate Marijuana and Alcohol points to Republican Attorney General Dave Yost's legal brief on issue 2. In it, Yost says that employers can refuse to hire or fire employees based on marijuana use at their will.
Does that provide you any solace that he's laid that
It
out?
really does not, because I feel like we're putting our employees at risk.
That is not what's happening in other states. That is not the truth.
We will know if voters choose legal weed in about 30 days. Early voting begins on Wednesday. In Middletown, I'm Sean Delancey, WCPO 9 News.
So that really affects our friends Billy Blaze and the 420 crew and the Holistic Cloud and everybody up in that Ohio area. You got to get out and vote. Vote yes on 2. Vote yes on 2. That's what I was going to say earlier. I spoke to Mr. Blaze, and he is going to come on next week. He'll be on with us. Yeah, he's very excited to come on and hang out with us next week.
Well, that's
to him. He decriminalized all, you know, like 30 cities in Ohio for marijuana, not to mention a bunch of other great shit that he does. So he's running for city councilman or something to that effect. So very big.
You should get out and vote for then, because that woman is a fool. It presents great danger for us. Employees are moving sometimes 40,000 pounds worth of steel at a time. Yeah, well, they could be going to the local tavern at lunch for a hamburger and a couple of beers. You know what I mean? Alcoholics drink in the morning.
I think her name was Karen.
Yeah, most likely. But you know what I mean? It's just foolish. It's fear-mongering. It's ignorance coming out of her mouth.
You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say that she just hasn't. It was pounded into her head that it was bad. She just hasn't realized, that she just hasn't realized that she has her own mind and she can open up her own mind and try it and figure it out for herself instead of just listening to what her mommy and daddy told her.
Cannabis isn't like other drugs. When you're an alcoholic, you need to drink. When you're a heroin addict, you need heroin. When you are on prescription meds, opiates that you become addicted to, you need opiates. You need those. If you're addicted to cocaine, you know, you need your cocaine. When you use cannabis, the vast majority of people do not become addicted to cannabis use. So they don't wake up in the morning needing a hit of weed. You know what I mean? Needing to take a drink. They don't wake up the same way. So I find that cannabis users, for the most part, are very responsible people. They live normal, active lives. They conduct themselves in society as anybody who doesn't use cannabis. So, you know, when they bring on stories like that, it's just stupidity and ignorance, and it's not fair to stereotype the cannabis users. No, you don't need to apologize. We need to talk about things like this. You know what I mean? Like, this is important. This is a way that we can show the people who spend time with us the kind of disinformation that gets spread about the plant and the people who use it. So, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's it for my stories. I'm done. You got stories?
I'm just looking at what Garrett said about True Leaf. Second largest market segment, 1.2 billion in sales. Yeah, they're the United States. I know that. Yeah, they're ahead of the curve because they must have had some kind of political connections that allowed them to open these businesses across the country the way that they have. They definitely had the deep pockets to do it. You know, so obviously they have the advantage at first, but sooner or later when legalization comes, you'll get smaller cultivators involved if they can get through the licensing process and into the market. And I think that in Canada, a lot of these smaller producers have a good share of the market because their quality is just better. You know, it's just better.
You ever go to a vineyard and you get to go in and you kind of pick your grapes and you go in and you drink your wine and the grapes that you picked?
Yeah, no, I've not done
that. I think that's what we should be having here. Like, you should be able to just go out into the field and pick your buds. They have like forests of it.
Well, I'd love to see like farmers markets, right? Like farmers markets that set up in cities on a Saturday, where cannabis cultivators are able to go and sell their product just as you would with produce. I mean, that would be a great way to allow smaller cultivators into the space without really interfering with anybody else's activities, right? Because it would be focused on local clientele. And I just think everybody should have an opportunity to be a part of it, because the more people that we have involved, the better quality of product we have available, right? You know, not everybody would be good product. If you let 100 small cultivators in, micro cultivators in, 100 of them aren't going to be better than what you're able to get from commercial production, but maybe 20 or 25 will be. You know what I mean? Because they have more passion, they have more experience, they have more love for what
the thing about that is that 25 is not enough to cover the whole state of Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? Like,
no, and that's why they need to bring different methods of purchasing, right?
yeah, right. Like if we stay with the whatever, like you said, New York has 9 dispensary legal licensed dispensaries.
Yeah, 9 companies licensed, so maybe more locations than 9, but only 9 businesses allowed to operate. Yeah,
right. That is not a good number. I feel like that needs to be bigger, because you're not covering enough land, even with 9 and them opening up. I mean, I guess not. I guess if you think about it, like Burger King and McDonald's, I mean, they just keep mass producing everywhere, so they pop up every corner. Or Home Depot and Lowe's, you know, like, so I guess those 9 can compete on every corner of every street, but they need to start putting more, because I hate driving an hour and a half every time I need to go to the goddamn dispensary.
And the thing is most dispensaries are owned by those companies that Garrett put in earlier, True Leaf, Canacure. You know what I mean? They're
Columbia Care.
Yeah, they not only control the cultivation and the process, but they control the distribution too, right? And the lack of competition keeps prices high and quality low. So the more competition you have in any marketplace helps bring down the prices and drive up the quality. So competition is actually a good thing for a consumer. It's not good for conglomerates, and it's not good for people who have a monopoly in a certain space, you know, because it forces them to improve their game and lower their profit margins. But it's good for the consumer.
All right? I gotta cut you off.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm a pot smoking hippie. My
Happy
name's
420, everybody!
Come and get high with me. Here, kitty, kitty. I'm feeling kind of frisky. Big fat bag of weed, and you can fist me. Kiss me on the pecker. Twist a hootie mac. You can borrow my lighter, but bring it right back. This party is jumping. Up and call me Chumbawamba. Get knocked down, but I get up again. Here, light this up again, and maybe then you and me, we can get so high. Pot smoking. We're gonna get so high because we're pot smoking. We're gonna get so high because we're pot smoking. I said we're gonna get high because we're pot smoking. I said we're pot smoking. Oh, hell, you some bitches want to smell some really good shit? Here you go. Smell this. I love smoking marijuana. It makes me feel fantastic-rific, so I do it when I wanna. Y'all ain't gonna convince me weed is a bad thing, especially since you're so mad, man. And I'm cool, collected, well respected, motivated, driven, wide awake and living, making a living with my God-given talent. Sally Fork, tally ho, onward we go. If you roll with sticky, you're gonna get so high because we're pot smoking. I said we're getting high because we're pot smoking. We're gonna get so high because we're pot smoking. That's right, we get high
Hey, Jerry, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, sunshine. How you feeling? All right, me too. I'm glad to be here. Thankful for my time on this earth. My mom, my sis, and all the people I love. My animal friends too. And my plant friends too. Let's get high. Wake and bake. Break it down and roll it up. On with my life mission. No slowing up. Muck sticky blowing up. It's the big time. If you like fun music, you'll dig mine. I came here to help the world feel good. Hit this here. It's some real good. Would you like to party with me and my friends? What you waiting on? Light it up then. Brighten up and tighten up all the loose ends. Fire up. Fuck yeah, right on, man. We're pot smoking. You know we're pot smoking. We're gonna get so high because we're pot smoking. You know we're getting high. I said we're pot smoking. I'm not the greatest rapper, I'm not the greatest singer, but by golly, I'm a real humdinger. Said I'm not the greatest rapper, I'm not the greatest singer, but by golly, I'm a real humdinger. Pot smoking.
Pot smoking.
WTHC, pot smoking. That's our buddy Muck Sticky, a great friend of ours over here at WTHC Radio. He gave us our very own room on his Discord, Dr. High, and we go over there and we play our music in his Discord. He comes in all the time. He does dab with us. He's releasing a new song this week. Did you hear?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, yeah. He sang a song with Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's being released this Friday. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I've heard part of it already.
I'm curious to hear the Silent Bob part.
He said he's in it. He sings. You just don't hear him.
Nice.
Yeah, he was there too. He sang, but you can't hear him.
Nice.
But yeah, it's very exciting. I'm pumped up. It's this Friday. He's going to release it. I'm pretty sure.
Well, Get Down is a great song, nice and catchy, and that's his last one.
I love Get Down. Yeah. Yep. Get Down is the bomb. I love Get Down. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, join his Discord. Go to his link tree, and then you find his Discord and join, and come on over and hang out. That's where we are every day. I'm hanging out back there, getting high, pot smoking.
Yeah, anyway. Good. That clip turned out fine. That's going to match up with what we're doing perfectly, I think. I had a chance to listen to it. I haven't checked it on my email yet. I see that you sent it, so that's perfect. But it sounded good when I checked it in Messenger, so, it's very good. Now we need an exit song.
Yeah.
We need to figure out an exit song. I haven't created the close for the show yet.
Yeah, so something that says goodbye.
Yeah, I don't know what's interesting. What does Muck Sticky do that we might be able to use at the very end?
I don't know. He's got a lot of songs. I don't even know.
Yeah, but you listen to a lot of them. Is there any kind of like snippet in any of them that would be perfect?
Crazy Psycho Bananas.
I love that song.
I'm Snuffleupagus, bitch. How about Stellar Connection?
I don't know. I'm gonna spend some time on YouTube later and go through. I've listened to a lot of his music on there, but I'd like to go through it and try and find a little snippet that's perfect for the ending. Pot smoking is great to start, and now we need to find something perfect for the end. That'll be good.
Yeah,
that would be good.
Let's listen to a couple seconds of this.
Right now I'm not the same as I was just then. When just then and in a little bit I'll be a little bit different. I feel more like I do right now than I did when I walked up in in this motherfucker. Got everybody in here clucking like chickens. You're wondering what I'm thinking about, but I'm only thinking about what I'm gonna do next. Cash checks, have sex, rock shows, wear loud clothes, get my jam on, do the ham bone. If you're bitching about me, go ahead, insert another tampon. You can vamp on out, peace out. You can fry my fridge, but you won't get the grease out. Can't figure me out too bad. Don't be frustrated, cause no one ever has. I'm a never-ending story. Holy moly, I know what I'm here for. I'm a star, you're curled up in the corner like a roly-poly, like Axel Foley. I'm a cop of Bill in Beverly Hills. Steal the deals and eat all my meals for free. And then vaporize, baby, what you know about me. Cause I'm a constantly changing apparition. Only the moment really knows my name. I'm a spacewalker with a stellar connection to the future on this planet. I will stake my claim. And I'll never be the same as you. I'm banging and bumping, your heartbeat's thumping so quick, complaining, let the music play.
Hey.
It's my band. Oh, hot damn, I can rock this motherfucker like no one can. So turn up the monitors, I'm showing you mine, you can show me yours. And I'll say fuck it like buckets of sweat dripping out your pores. I'm dropping these fours, you're mopping them floors. I'm crisp like classic, oh so classic like campfire s'mores. Call me Doors, cause I light your fire. And I'm telling you, baby, you can't get much higher than the Lizard King. Against me today, cause I won't be coming back this way again. Buck Sticky is your friend, but you're lost if you're thinking I ain't here to win. I don't ever hesitate. You can sit around and wait when opportunity is looking at you. What will you do? Will you go for the gusto? Like a volcano, I'm and when you see me tiptoe through the cosmos, baby, don't be surprised, cause I'm changing apparition.
I'm sure you must love it.
Only the moment
Why he's such a mellow dog.
I'm a spacewalker with a stellar connection to the future on this planet. I will stake my claim. And I'll never be the same. Cause I'm a constantly changing apparition. Only the moment really knows my name. I'm a spacewalker with a stellar connection to the future on this planet. I will stake my claim. And I'll
never be the same
as you.
We're back. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking around over here on Facebook and YouTube. You guys out there on Live 365 and TuneIn, we love you. What's up, Hi? We got about 30 minutes left.
My puppy. So here's a story.
All right. Of a lovely lady.
Yes, it is a story of a lovely lady named Michelle Courtwright. And the headline is, at 40, I had early menopause. Medical marijuana saved my sex life.
I was going to read that story yesterday, and we never got to it.
It goes on to say, this is Michelle's words. When I was diagnosed with an aggressive form of breast cancer at 40, chemotherapy left me exhausted and nauseous all the time. Doctors wrote me a prescription for anti-nausea drugs, but they didn't help much. Even morphine didn't feel like it made a dent in the pain I felt. So I asked my doctor about getting a prescription for medical cannabis. I had dabbled with marijuana in the past and thought it would be a perfect fit, or at least worth trying. But back in 2017 in Minnesota, my doctors could only prescribe cannabis for my cancer if it was terminal. I was so mad at the system. I had cancer. I was dealing with terrible side effects and complications, including a port that would malfunction and spurt blood high into the air. I thought, can't I please just smoke some weed? I spoke with a friend and got my hands on marijuana the old-fashioned way, illegally. Someone else brought me cannabis from Colorado. The weed made me feel better, but it unleashed another worry. I was breaking the law in order to gain a little bit of relief from my pain. An absolute sin that somebody has to break the law to find relief from their suffering when they're dealing with cancer or any other type of medical condition. Sex was too painful to have until I tried cannabis lube. At the time, doctors never mentioned to me that chemotherapy often puts women into early menopause. When I finished my rounds of chemo, I finally started feeling healthy enough for sex. I realized just how much had changed. Trying to have penetrative sex felt like being stabbed with a million splinters. With that much pain, my body was unable to relax or open up. My mind flicked back to cannabis. I had heard even before my cancer that marijuana could be great for someone's sex life. So I smoked a joint and used some THC-infused lube. The results were amazing. My body felt calm but alive. I wanted other women to reconnect with their bodies through cannabis. There's a big taboo when it comes to talking about menopause. My doctors never mentioned it, and neither did my girlfriends. I always assumed that menopause happened to people who were way older than I was. And she was only 40, so, I think that it probably is true that it does happen to women older than that. Although it happens to all women, going through menopause causes a lot of stress. Makes your body feel like it's not your own. I had experienced that with cancer, then chemo, then the after effects of treatment. Cannabis helped me reconnect with my body, and I wonder if it could do the same for others. As I started researching the endocannabinoid system, the part of the central nervous system that cannabis acts upon, I realized that I was on to something. I launched Jane, a company that provides low-dose cannabis tinctures and vapes to help women boost their libido, connect with pleasure, and cope with the symptoms of menopause. So that's interesting. I'm just a little disappointed that this story was written as a way to promote her product. You know what I mean? At the end, I didn't know that it was a.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So
I didn't know that it was a.
There you go.
Post.
Now buy Jane.
Yeah.
Buy
Jane, cannabis sex lube.
Well, I mean, if Jane works, goodness gracious. I mean, I never realized that my vagina could hurt like that.
Well, I guess maybe there's something to it. I mean,
menopause. I didn't know.
It's not a conversation I've had with any woman that I can ever recall about their experience with menopause.
We're going to have to talk to somebody.
And sexuality. And
come on down.
Cannabis lube, you can go over to DoktorHigh.com and visit my dispensary, because not only do I have
That's where I get my lube,
but we have aphrodisiac shots and drinks to help stimulate your libido and give you the desire and interest in actually using that lube. So all cannabis infused and apparently very, very good products. I can't try them because they don't ship across the border. But Da.Hippie uses them all the time. And if you take a look at his new appendage, it's not chafed, it's not red, it's not sore. It's occasionally swollen, but I don't think that's because of anything.
It's not an issue. It's standing up all the time. Yeah.
It's always up. It's called priapism.
It's called morning wood.
Morning wood.
All day. Yeah.
Wood all day.
You have to keep a ring on it, I told you, to keep it down, or I'd be walking around like with a tent all day.
Behave.
It's very inappropriate.
Very.
Especially when my daughter comes in here. I'm like, oh my goodness.
So here's a good story. I'm just going to pull it up. It's about Georgia.
Georgia.
So Georgia becomes the first state in the nation to allow medical marijuana into pharmacies. So that's going to be pretty good, because that should expand the distribution network and make it much easier for people to access. Like in your situation, would it be quicker for you if you were able just to go to the pharmacy and pick up your cannabis?
No, my damn pharmacy just closed down at the end of my block.
Oh, jeez.
And now I got to go to town, but it's better than the dispensary.
It would still be closer, right?
But are they going to allow me to get 2, 3, 4 ounces if I want?
Well, whatever dispensaries you're working with are definitely operating under state regulation. So the pharmacies would operate under that same regulation. And if you're able to make that purchase at your dispensary, then I don't see why you wouldn't be able to make that purchase.
I just see we were talking about this the other day, and I find that fishy. I find that the little lady behind my dispensary, first of all, is going to have no knowledge of my marijuana consumption. She's just a little old lady who counts pills. I love her. She's a sweetie. But what the hell does she know about weed? First of all, she's 80. So she's one of them people that are, the people that were pounding it into my head, that marijuana's bad.
Yeah.
Now she's going to be the dude the young lady who's going to be giving us weed.
But there's a lot of curiosity though with the older generation, although there's still the stigma attached.
Oh no, I know you said that. We've read that. We've talked about that. The older generation is actually the ones who need it, and they're actually the ones that have been on the increase.
Yeah, I think it's the largest growing segment of new cannabis
population
that there is coming
and
from.
You would think it would be the kids. You would think it would be the kids now, but I'm glad it's not, and it is our older generation who need it.
That's right. Garrett says, "Don't stereotype the pharmacist, hippie. Who knows? Maybe she can still show you."
I did have one fantastic pharmacist. She was wonderful, and she was a weirdo though. She had a tattoo of an eyeball on the front of her forehead, and she wore, her third eye. Yeah, she had a third eye.
Wow.
And she had jewelry up and down her arms and tattoos, and she was amazing. She was very cool, but she was an older lady as well, in her probably in her 60s or so, coming up on 70 maybe.
She must have lived a very interesting life.
Yeah, I think she might have been a gypsy.
Yeah.
But don't quote me. But she's no longer there, and she left, and she was my favorite. And once she left, I went in one day into my pharmacy, and it was 9:20 in the morning, and I was out of my medication, and I'm already ornery, because I need that one medicine that makes me not want to kill people.
Right.
So I'm out of that med. So my wife is like, "Go to the store and get it, you dumbass." And I'm like, "All right." And I didn't want to go, but I went, and I walk into the pharmacy, and the three broads are standing. I apologize. The three young ladies are standing in the front. I was angry that day. I apologize. The three young ladies, beautiful young ladies, are standing. Well, the two beautiful young ladies and a very mean young lady are standing in the front. And I look, and the back is not even open yet, where the pharmacist goes, and the cage is still down. And I'm like, "Yo, what's up? I need drugs." And they're like, "Ugh." And she comes back, and she's like, "You didn't have to have that attitude." And I'm like, "Excuse me, bitch? You are here 20 minutes having coffee with your friend up in the front of the store here, and you should have been open. And now
I'm ready for my antipsychotics.
I'm ready to. Well, I wasn't ready to beat her, but I was a very angry elf. I stormed the fuck out, and I have never stepped a foot back in that place. My wife hates it, and I'm like, fuck that. I will never go in that place. That woman, she's like, she doesn't even work there anymore. I'm like, I don't care. They lost my service. I do not go there.
Lucky for her, you have pretty soft hands. So had you gone ahead and been aggressive.
Right. Well, I'm not an aggressive guy. I'm a loving and caring guy normally, especially right. Especially when I have my pill. But if she ain't gonna give me
hugs,
it was just so rude the way she acted, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I just turned around and walked away, and then I'm storming out. I'm storming Norman. You got a 400-pound guy coming back out of this place mumbling. They're like, "What's up? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Tell that fucking bitch to fuck off." And I just walked out the door. I was like, and they were like, and now I've been going there for 20 years. They know me. I ain't stepped a foot in there 2 years now. I'm like, fuck that. No way. Never again. But now they shut down. I stopped going there, and now the place shut down. That'll teach them.
That's right. Not getting the benefits of your medical re-ups.
Right.
But the dispensary still loves having you as a client.
Oh, I love my dispensary girls.
Yeah. So back to this story about Georgia. It says the Georgia Board of Pharmacy has begun accepting applications from independent licensed pharmacies for authorization to dispense authorized medical marijuana products, and nearly 120 pharmacies reportedly have agreed to provide medication from Botanical Sciences, one of the state's two licensed production companies, according to a company statement. Under the new regulatory regime, Georgia will be the first state in the nation to offer medical marijuana products at independent pharmacies. There are more than 400 such pharmacies in the state. Now, this is interesting, and I'd like to know more about Georgia's regulations because it says, although Georgia law forbids the growing, sale, or possession of marijuana in plant or leaf form, it authorizes the production, sale, or ingestion of food products infused with so-called low THC oil or the inhalation of low THC oil through vaping, smoking, or vapor, electronic vaping or vapor. It permits a person with active low THC oil registry card to possess up to 20 fluid ounces of low THC oil for medicinal purposes. Low THC oil can contain no more than 5% THC. Now, that's low, but
I know the Rite Aid at the end on Wildflower, at the end of Wildflower and the Carrot Square.
So even though they can only have 5% THC, it could still be very viable medicine as long as they're allowing for CBD percentages to be elevated above that level.
Wait, whoa. So first off, you said it's only going to come in vaporizer form.
Or oils that are edible.
Now, that doesn't help a fucking fat guy like me, who doesn't eat edibles.
No, you'd have to vape.
And no, not a 5%. What is that shit?
Well, when you combine it with the other cannabinoids, it may be effective for a lot of people, maybe not for everybody. But they're not
Hi, Joseph from Canada. Nice to meet you.
You got to think, hi, Joe and Joseph. Oh, you're from Canada. We like that. We're Canadian on this side of the screen and American on the other.
Yeah.
So you're in a multinational podcast about cannabis in all its forms in our two respective lovely countries.
Right.
So it's all good.
What he said.
Yes. But the thing is, right, is that they're not talking about people getting high. They're trying to give the medicinal benefit to people. And 5% THC may be effective for many.
All right. Let me ask you something, and this might be a stupid question, and you know I come up with stupid questions. So when they finally make it recreational here in my lovely state of my lovely Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So now I can be a medical patient and said recreational person, right? What will they be like? No, you're not recreational, buddy. You're just medical.
Well, the thing is that they're only going to ask for a medical card in a medical focused dispensary, but in a recreational dispensary, they're not going to ask for anything maybe other than proof of age to make sure that you're old enough to buy. But
Not with this guy. He hasn't been ID'd since he was like 18.
Yeah, I was going to say it's very unlikely you'd be carded, right? So
no.
You
They're like, you're old.
So I don't see that becoming.
All right, but my real question is so. Oh no, I don't have a question anymore. It's gone. Fuck. Damn this memory thing. How do you remember all this stuff? How do you remember it, you stoner? You've been in the weed industry 45 years. How do you have a memory and I don't?
Because
Canadian weed doesn't affect your memory?
No, it's just that all the stuff I talk about I've actually done, right? So it's more than just information or knowledge. It becomes a part, you know what I mean? It becomes a part of you when you actually do something.
All right. So in like a few years from doing this, I am going to be a walking book of knowledge as well.
Yeah, like I'll tell you, the next time you by next summer when you do your couple of plants outdoors.
Oh, I'm already a professional.
You're going to feel very comfortable with the process because
now let's jump back a couple hours to when you said something about a plant and how much it was going to produce. I could have swore I heard the mistake of you saying about an ounce.
No, this is the,
because if that's all I'm going to get off of this fucker, I'm wasting my fucking time because damn.
Well, it depends on how big you grow the plant, right? That's
Well,
what it
you've
comes down
seen
to.
my room.
And what I was talking about was what Health Canada says is your because when you get a prescription in Canada, for every gram of cannabis prescription per day, you're allowed to grow 4.9 plants, right? Which is a stupid number, 4.9 for 1 gram.
Wait. Garrett, do me a favor really quick, my man. Go on. I don't usually ask you because you're Dr. High's partner over there in crime, but I need you.
Our producer for
our producer. I'm sorry.
Chronicles.
All right, Garrett, I'm actually going to make you do some work this time, buddy. I need to find out what the hell's going on in Pennsylvania with my growing of plants. I heard it was on the table. I don't know where it went from there. I think it got swept off the table and into the garbage can again. Go ahead. Sorry, not to cut you off, but I need to know. I need to know.
Right.
Done with this shit.
So when I got my documentation, when I got my first prescription, and I sent in my application for my ACMPR license, my ability to cultivate my own medical cannabis. When I got my paperwork back, there was additional papers there that described, how to destroy your cannabis properly, how to dispose of it properly.
Who the hell would destroy cannabis?
Because we were supposed to destruct our overproduction. And a method of disposing of all the waste products.
I will help you get rid of all your excess.
Yeah. But their estimation was each cannabis plant produces between 30 and 45 grams dry plant material after
Again,
harvest.
That sounds like an ounce.
Yeah, an ounce to an ounce and a half, basically. But most people that produce only an ounce per plant are doing small plants, right? They're flipping them into flower at 8 or 10 or 12 inches. They're growing multiple plants on a table, and they're finishing them at 2 feet.
Like that pretty picture we saw earlier with all the plants on the table there earlier.
Yeah, you can look at it like that, but I can say that a more realistic number on an indoor grow per plant grown naturally is probably more along the lines of 3 to 4 ounces on a plant, right? More likely close to a quarter pound. So,
Corinne has a question for the doc.
Corinne, shoot.
We're here for you, girl. I'll shut up.
We like the questions.
Absolutely.
Hopefully it's one I can answer. Garrett, get ChatGPT open. Be prepared.
Keep saying that. You're gonna be unemployed, buddy. I'll just open up a ChatGPT next to me. Yeah. Oh, I'm just kidding. I love you. We're friends forever.
Well, we're waiting for absolutely. This is going to be.
You're not getting rid of me, buddy.
We're going to do something very interesting and unique in the cannabis community. We're going to bring a lot of people to understanding and comfort and reducing the stigma. We're going to help people understand that cannabis is an important thing to include in your lifestyle and can be absolutely beneficial when you're not well.
You listening, Dad?
So here's a story out of Minnesota for all you Minnesotans.
Oh, you know what we could do? I have to play those commercials again, and we only got 10 minutes left in the show, and we need to end.
So run the commercial, and then I'll do this quick story out of Minnesota, seeing as
and then we'll answer
one
Corinne.
of our most loyal listeners.
Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry.
We have a lot of friends and listeners in the Minnesota area. We love them.
636-234-1535. He has all your puppet needs. He can fix puppets, build puppets, custom-made puppets. He has puppets off the rack for cheap prices. Contact Forge today at 1-636-234-1535 or on TikTok or Facebook at Badger Heart Puppetry.
Give her a way to send you a picture.
Items too.
Water.
Right through Messenger, I guess. Or
water ionizers that
can
make
people send messages on YouTube?
Alkaline. There's a 5-micron filter that lasts up to a year.
I don't even know if I'm on
machine
YouTube right
lasts
now.
25 to 30 years. Simply attach to your faucet or install under your sink. even get a mineral spa
I don't know
unit
why
for your
people can't put a
shower.
picture in the
Go
chat.
to yourwater.org to get a
throwing
free
gifts, right?
ebook. Plus,
I
pay
think
for
you might be
any
able to put
machine
a
in full
picture
and
right
get
in
an
the chat.
extra filter free.
Might be able to.
Change your water and
But
change
a
your
picture's
life.
not going to do much here, Corinne. We'll talk
Your.org.
about it in just a moment.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you looking to have some crocheted made by hand stuff like your Grammy used to do for you? Then you need to check out You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok. Vern can do what you need. She crochets hats, she crochets animals, everything, anything you may need. She also makes vinyl stickers, banners for your business. Anything that you might want that she can do, she can definitely do it for you. Want an sticker? She's got you covered. Anything. And I mean anything that you may need. She has cheap and reasonable prices. Check her out. You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok. Hey, you. Yeah, you.
No, wrong one.
Hey, Mississippi, why don't we take a ride to Dauphin, PA today?
Dauphin? What's in Dauphin?
Bella's Badass Crystals.
Oh, but I thought you hang out with them on Facebook and on TikTok.
That's only on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, Sundays. Today, I want to go there and pick up all my great finds.
That sounds like a great road trip. That's
She said she
Bella's
tried it through
Badass
Messenger for the
Crystals
hell
on
of it.
TikTok and Facebook, but you can
If you could look up that strain and see what terps, it looks like that's what we need to do.
Already got it up and ready.
Are you in the Owensville or Middletown, New York area? Revamp your space with Collins Paint.
Yeah, but are you impressed that I figured that out?
Collins Paint. Your world. Collins Painting is veteran owned and operated.
Yes, Joseph, they are
Can
commercials we are
transform your
listening
space
to.
whatever your heart desires. Say goodbye to the boring days and hello to possibilities of bright and vibrant colors.
Yeah, it's a real radio station, Joseph.
Yeah, we are on Live 365 and TuneIn as well. Yep.
Yeah, that's why you're hearing commercials.
Available Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 845-869-8176.
Do you suffer from crabs? If you do, we have the solution for you. For $19.95 plus $5 shipping and handling, we will send you our Crab Away kit. Your kit comes with a complete instruction book on how to use our large ice pick, the industrial-sized flame, and the surgical 5-bladed razor. Simply follow the instructions, shave one side, burn the other, and vigorously move your hand up and down as you stab the little devils when they run out. Act now, and we'll throw in a free sample of our burn cream and nose plug so you don't have to smell the hair burning. Call 1-855-CRAB-AWAY now.
Discover the natural path to wellness at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Herbs?
With a passion for holistic health, we are your trusted source for premium herbs and concentrates.
Wait a minute, do they have weed?
Our dedicated team is here to guide you on your wellness journey. Open 7 days a week, 10 to 10, ensuring you have access to what you need when you need it most. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates is located at 2941 Highway 11, Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada. If you need assistance anytime,
I need assistance. I need weed.
Just call 506-871-4299. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Where all the potheads go.
WTHC. Don't forget today's word, phrase that pays if you want. Go up to Tailored Herbs and Concentrates up in New Brunswick, Canada, Burnt Church to be exact. Head on over to Tailored Herbs and Concentrates, walk in the front door and tell them Da.Hippie said your pre-rolls are filled with sticky sweet buds. And you're going to get a free pre-roll. That's right, a free pre-roll, no purchase necessary. All you have to say is sticky sweet buds.
There we go.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so Corinne, banana punch. It's not too high in THC. Averages around 19% on the harvest. And it has about 1% CBG on average there. So it's an evenly balanced hybrid. It's basically 50-50, 50% sativa, 50% indica. So it's really well balanced in between the two, which is nice. It's a cross between Banana OG and Purple Punch. Banana OG, I've never tried. Purple Punch.
Quality. I've had Banana OG. Very nice. I like it very much.
I've never
and
tried it,
Purple
but-
Punch is very good as well.
So it says that it has a flavor of hazy berries. Is that true? And of course, a little bit of pineapple and some banana. Consumers say this strain is like a creeper strain, which means the high will come on slower than you might expect. So what do we have for terpenes? The main terpene is limonene. So limonene is the most present terpene, followed by caryophyllene and myrcene. So you'll have citrus, pepper, and herbal notes. So what you'd want to look for is a strain that would contain those three terpenes. If you're looking for something that's going to work similar as Banana Punch and you don't have access to it, then what you'd want to do is look for something that is high in limonene, caryophyllene, and myrcene. So if you're able to find those three terpenes, you should find a similar sensation, right? A similar effect from it. It may have been sold as a strain indica, but according to the experts at Leafly, which is really the place to research your strains, they probably have the best strain data bank of any online resource. They say it is an evenly balanced hybrid, which makes it 50-50. So I don't know why it was sold to you as an indica, but
because they lie, DoktorHigh. They tell us the numbers are really high and they're really not. They tell us it's an indica and it's really not. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A little crazy.
Yeah. So for some reason, it was mislabeled or what's the THC percentage? Do you know, Corinne? Can you look at the package and give us an idea?
Joseph, we have how long? We're over now. We have to end at 2. We're on every day from Monday through Friday from 12 to 2 right here on Facebook and YouTube, and you can listen to the radio station. I'm going right back on the well, actually, I'm off for the next 2 hours, then I'm back on the air.
23
for 6 hours tonight. So yeah, I'll be back on the radio, and then at 8 o'clock I do another live show with DJ Envy. DJ Envy, one of my DJs over here. We do a radio music show where we bring up our music friends, our independent artists. Go ahead, DoktorHigh. I'm sorry, we only have 2 minutes and we have to cut this show over.
Yeah, no, I was just looking at Corinne. She said that the labeling shows it at 23%.
Yeah, and you said 19, right?
19 is what it traditionally comes in at. So, if it's a tested product at 23 and they're calling it Banana Punch, it may not technically be Banana Punch. And that's why it's being sold as an indica. But if it is the true Banana Punch, then the labeling should indicate it as a hybrid, and your THC percentage should vary a little bit from 23 down. Would be the way it should be.
It still frustrates me. That makes me even more aggravated, but we don't have time today. We need to wrap it up, DoktorHigh. I want to thank everybody that came in today. You guys have been amazing. The Ganji lovers and all of their friends that came by. Everybody else that's here every day. Thank you guys so very much.
Some of our new faces, such as Joseph.
All of our new friends. Jerry, thank you, sweetie.
Jerry,
we love
yeah.
you.
Absolutely.
And Adrian need to join the Discord and come hang out with us all the time. I couldn't think of Adrian's name. I was like, I wanted to call him Marcel for some reason. Adrian, and you need to join us every day over on the Discord and hang with us. Everybody else, go to the Muck Sticky Discord. It's called Muck Sticky Tribe and join. We're there live all day. I go there and I perform music all day there. And then I perform music. I play music there. And then we go. And then we come back and we do it again. And Muck Sticky comes in and hangs out and does dabs with us. It's really, really cool. Anyway, you got something to say, I'm sure.
I just want to say to everybody, thanks for spending time with us today. We really appreciate it. We love the interaction with y'all. Your support means so much to us, and the fact that you're here and spending time and want to learn and want to contribute your own thoughts, and that is just, it's just wonderful. So, stay safe. Stay high, and we will see you tomorrow at noon.
Tomorrow, yeah. Much love, everybody. Peace.
Peace, everyone.